So good evening, welcome to Fat Cat Collectibles. I'm Rishi, as you might all know. So today we have with us Mervin and Venessa, our guests for today's video. And I should point out that they are a couple who are into collecting. And let's delve into their world of collectibles, what they have today. And Mervin, I would like to just let the audience know a bit about yourself.
Okay, I've started collecting not collecting actually, I was into action figures, toys when I was a kid and video games, pop culture. So if you go around later on, you'll see more of pop culture, Marvel comics, DC comics, and I still have some of my action figures from when I was a child.
Okay.
There's a few which I've taken out, but there are some I need to be restored because they don't stay so long.
Absolutely.
And then there's some video games.
Alright.
And when I started dating, when we were dating before we got married, we used to like to watch a lot of movies, and especially comic book movies.
Okay.
So, and I used to tell her my dream is to have one day a big collection. And it started when my profession is sailing.
Okay.
So I've traveled around the world, I've seen a lot, and I wanted to pick up things. But it becomes difficult to get some big statues, which are really difficult. Fat Cat has helped a lot in that.
Alright.
Procuring all these big, massive statues. Later on, you'll get to see them. I will explain to you which ones are my favorite. I mean, you can't have a favorite, but you have to have one grail,
grail in your collection.
But then another grail comes by. And she has helped me in choosing some of them.
Alright.
We have a funny story of how we selected Terminator.
He's the first hot toy.
He's our first hot toy, and Mervin walked into a store and was so confused because he knew he wanted Terminator, but then like any other store, when you go and they show you so many. And I walked in and I just told him that what is it that you really want, and he was absolutely sure and I think it's the best piece, one of the best pieces. It's dear to us because it was one of the first expensive pieces we were able to pick up.
That's right. So the Terminator figure by Hot Toys.
Yes, the Terminator one.
Alright.
And I think from then it was no turning back, and if we had good luck on our side where we were able to plan, and I think collecting is something that is a great thing for people who are looking at pursuing this hobby further, taking it to the next step, because we look at it as an investment.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is primarily for us an investment. I know people look at houses and the stock market, but for us today, for what we bought Terminator and what the price is in the market, it's completely different.
Okay.
It gives you sheer joy.
Right.
It gives you a lot of joy. It's a bonding activity for us as a couple.
Yeah.
And I'm highly amused, and I'm so happy that he is still in touch with something that he loved as a kid.
Okay.
And he's able to carry it through as an adult, and follow that through. So it's really nice. We're hoping to pass this on, obviously, to our son, who also loves it. Yeah.
That's good to know. So, I mean, coming to my next question, as in every collection sort of has a personal connect to it, and it starts off somewhere, right?
Yes.
So what is your story behind how it all came into being?
That's as I said, not like I would like to have everything possible, but then you have to have some rules,
Right.
Otherwise you'll go crazy, and then you don't know what you want. So then my personal interest was the 80s movies.
Okay.
So I've grown up watching Terminator, RoboCop, and then I've read a lot of Marvel comics. So Marvel has been, and the movie franchise. So and all the movies are good. Right. But you can't have also everything. Like Iron Man has, I think, 50 marks. You can't have all the 50.
Right.
No, I think as a collector, if we had not budgeted and we went berserk, we would have. But I think more so his journey started with my mother-in-law handing over loads of things to us, like the He-Man over there.
You can see, he's not standing at the moment.
Right.
But this is a He-Man which maybe it was in the 80s.
Alright.
You can see, no. But the other ones which I have, the legs have come out because the rubber has. So, but still, it's good.
So this is something that piqued your interest as a child, and you decided
I had like 20 He-Man's the good guys and 20 the bad guys. But now I think half of them only have survived.
Yeah, this is about 30 years old.
Yeah,
So when
more than that now.
when we had our son, my mother-in-law gave us this and all the old gaming consoles.
You can see there is one old action figure also, which I have played a lot, but he's still good.
Okay.
He's a rock. He's part of the He-Man
franchise. Okay.
And then Ninja Turtles I've grown up with.
Okay.
So this is also a very rare Ninja Turtle you'll find.
So coming to action figures, what is your favorite action figure so far? I mean, there has to be a personal favorite, you know.
Meaning in the Hot Toys.
Amongst
What we
everything,
have.
amongst all the action figures that you have or you intend to collect.
The best one is the Terminator.
Okay.
Because you can do a lot with this character.
Okay.
You can do many things. You can you see he has a lot of accessories, and you will be surprised that each gun it really acts like a real
one.
Yeah. So there is a pistol which I have not put here, but this is a Gatling gun. Then his eyes, if
Yes,
you
a
take
battle damage.
battle, you can put the chip here.
The chip, yeah.
But that's each collector then sits to take time.
Correct.
Then these bullets, these grenade launcher rockets, they come out.
Okay.
And you can take out this and flip it.
Okay.
So
So
it's not only just an action figure; it's more than an action figure, I would say.
So going by that means I would say the Terminator has to be your favorite action figure.
Because it's the first one.
Okay.
But if you go with the Iron Man, this Mark V is one of the best.
All right.
Yeah, I think for me, why I like Mark V is the little suitcase.
Yeah.
Obviously, the.
So this is the reissue version, if I.
Yeah, this is the die-cast one.
That's a die-cast one.
Yeah.
And I mean, in the same franchise, I can see this is Mark
43.
Mark 43
From Age of Ultron.
from Age of Ultron. I believe Fat Cat Collectibles has these in stock.
Yeah.
So anyone who's still on the fence about getting these,
Don't be on the fence, just go get it.
Because
You
it's
have to
cool.
get it.
You can see here. You can see Tony Stark's face, meaning Robert Downey Jr. It slides also on top, so you have two
different
poses,
to go with.
and he poses really well. He's pretty heavy,
Correct.
so
Because
don't drop
it's
it.
die-cast. Yeah.
Don't drop it.
Not too many hot toys actually have a base that also have so much of artwork.
Right.
If you see
You'll
here,
see a lot of the base is pretty much plain.
Plain. Yeah.
But that piece, if you see the artwork that is there itself, is quite nice.
And I would say that you almost have a figure in itself on that
yes,
base.
yes.
this is another. This is the androids.
Yeah.
So you can. It's a posable one also.
Wow.
So you can move his hand. You can.
So there's articulation on that
this
as
all.
well.
So it's not just a dummy piece like.
It's a great collector's item. I think it's something that you should really have.
This was my
Guys-
first die cast.
So
Actually.
guys, anyone thinking about this, better pick one up fast.
Yeah.
So that's another
And
cool thing to
there are a
have.
lot of features in it. It lights up his arc reactor,
All right.
plus his arms, the repulsor.
Okay. So highly detailed one.
Yeah,
right?
highly detailed, and it has I don't know many points of articulation.
Right.
So even the fingers. This one I think is the So is articulated fingers.
Fingers as well.
So you can make it in any.
So the level of realism is
out of
in a different league altogether. That's cool. So-
because I'm a sailor, then another one it had to be Jack Sparrow. Had to be.
Okay.
Is one of the best copy, meaning features of Jack's. What's his name? Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yeah. So-
Johnny Depp has got a lot of hot toys.
Yeah.
He has, I think, Edward Scissorhands, and they made most of Lone Ranger. The Lone Ranger series also is there.
Correct.
But this one is the best till now.
Okay, so this is from Pirates of
Stranger Tides.
On Stranger Tides.
Yeah.
Okay, that's another cool one to have in your collection.
Yeah.
So moving on to you seem to have taken a liking towards statues as well, as
Yes.
I can see here. So which brings us to my next question is like what statue would you rate is the best amongst your collection?
Okay, there's so many.
I'm going to interrupt. You have to ask him the question as to what he is attached to emotionally.
Okay.
And,
Oh.
and what
Okay.
he's attached to in terms of actual presence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go by. I'm going to interrupt here and
Yeah.
say that you can see his first
His
He-Man.
first figure was
Okay,
a
so his
He-Man.
best friend Avinash, when he knew he's collecting, handed him over these comic books
Which
Oh.
which used to be for 1 rupee 50 paise. So you
Back
can
then in
see-
those days.
Yeah.
Oh.
In
So
the-
he just knew that his friend is going to value it and look after it, and has handed it him over. So he
So-
has a childhood emotional connect to He-Man.
He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his first statue.
So that's the first
That's the first
sideshow.
sideshow He-Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Dhaval very nicely convinced me that I need to get a skeleton. Mervin was not too keen. He was happy with
With
He-Man.
He-Man itself, yeah.
And I just felt that he can't sit alone, so he has to have his enemy.
His
So,
arch enemy. Okay.
yeah, so we got skeleton, and I'm really happy we got skeleton.
Oh,
we
that's
got that, and
so.
it was a lovely piece to get.
So that I mean the He-Man statue from Sideshow Collectibles happens to be
My first statue also.
your first statue as
Yeah.
well.
Yes, first statue as well.
That's cool.
And post that we built on, and I think his latest favorite is,
Cable.
I mean, see his presence.
He is
Absolutely.
massive.
Massive. I mean,
it's
it takes center
absolutely-
stage, right?
Yeah, it's
This is the
huge, it's
standard
nice.
edition, but it's not the exclusive one.
Okay.
Which if you see, there are portals here.
Uh-huh.
So if you go to the exclusive one, it has the portal which has Deadpool's hand,
Coming.
like a figure,
Alright.
his teddy bear.
All right.
But still, this is massive.
this is still. I mean,
I mean,
you
it's
walk
decent
in-
nonetheless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you walk into our room where we've actually displayed. This is the first thing you will notice because
Correct.
it's really huge, and they've done justice to everything.
The
Uh-huh.
base, everything with X-Men. They're given him the full X-Men suit. Okay, he's the comic book version. He's not the movie
It's
version.
not the movie
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
I like
And this
his
is
face too.
from which studios?
This is Sideshow.
This is Sideshow.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
piece from
Yeah.
Sideshow.
Yeah.
And then we have XM Studios, the Spider-Man and Mary Jane flying, swinging through. So that was also my first XM studio.
Okay. Okay.
So I've got like a lot of firsts, I've not kept it generic to one brand.
brand, okay.
So I moved on to XM.
So I mean, coming to that, it's a good thing that you brought this up. What are your favorite brands to collect amongst
You can-
statues and action figures
Actually,
as a
yeah.
whole?
So statues, Sideshow would be the top.
Sideshow would be
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah, because they make good, accurate to the comic,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives a different aura to the room. Like
To the okay.
when you keep it in the room and somebody comes, whoa, that's a statue.
So Sideshow it is
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, XM also, it has its pros,
And
cons also. But we have some coming also of XM.
mm-hmm.
We have, I think, Doctor Octopus and Gambit
Okay.
from Fat Cat.
From
So
Fat
waiting eagerly,
Okay.
shortly.
So-
With the pandemic, a lot of things have
I
taken
know.
time.
Yeah.
A backseat.
Yeah.
But I think more than those two, I think more than the statues, we have like a huge lineup of
Lego. Hot Toys.
huge
Oh.
lineup of hot toys
Yeah.
coming
Coming
from
in
Fat Cat.
from Fat Cat. Okay. That's cool.
The entire
Endgame.
Endgame collection.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
entire Endgame collection. We are looking to add another 20 to 30 action
More
figures,
figures from
hot toys, action figures to our collection through
That's
Fat Cat.
impressive. That's
Yes.
Yeah, I think he has some favorite pieces coming in from there.
Yeah, like the latest Star Wars series,
Mhm.
Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
So I've ordered both the Mandalorians, the standard version and the deluxe version.
The deluxe one as well.
Yeah.
So which brings me to ask you this: what is your planning gonna be for the next couple of years? I would say, which direction would you be taking your collection into?
So as we have a lot of action figures at the moment,
Mhm.
action figures becomes a little bit easier to also display
Mm-hmm.
and keep. No doubt, in India we have a problem of dust.
Uh-huh.
So it takes some part of my time and our time to literally keep it clean. And even statues, we have a couple of Sideshow ones, XM.
All right.
But yeah, that's a line that we'd like to grow in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is space, so we're trying to get that organized.
Yeah.
Getting the house organized so that we are able to accommodate. But I think after Cable and after we've got Poison Ivy and we've got Batwoman, we have Wonder Woman. After a couple of those, I think we want to get keep it equal between action figures and statues. So we'll definitely be adding more of statues to us, and it's not too difficult to do this. I think it just requires planning, and it's a hobby that people can pursue if done in a logical manner. Can be done.
Right. So coming to that, I would is there something that you would like to tell to all the collectors out there who are like, on the fence, or they just want first-hand feedback as to if I want to get into collecting, what is how
first you have to really sit and think, what is your passion? What do you really want to collect?
Right.
Meaning, which do you want, the movie line or do you comic line? But if you're really confused, start with one. Take one of your best, which gives you memories. When you sit back, as I said, Terminator gives a lot of memory. I've watched this movie I think 20-30 times.
Wow.
So I know the dialogues also. I wish a die-hard one would come, John McClane.
Right.
That is one of my favorite. But they have not come out with a good action figure with it.
Correct.
And yeah, you have to have somebody like a partner who is ready to at least give you some direction or some stability. Not that you go overboard also.
Yeah, so we have annual budgets, and the other key is to get in touch with a key distributor. So for us, I think having Dhaval locally and interacting and building a relationship where he understands our requirement and he understands one of the key to start off is to speak to a good dealer who will be able to guide you.
Right.
And that's wherein Fat Cat actually has a very good reputation, because they're able to tell you that no, you'll be interested in this, you won't be, what's a good piece. That's the key to collecting, and a key to having a good investment is a good advisor.
Right.
So that's what you'll get at Fat Cat. And we as a couple, I think, consult a lot with each other, and we talk to each other about what we want to buy.
All right.
Obviously we need to shortlist, and sometimes we have to let go of things that we really like to just keep things that we really want.
Okay.
So that's it. I think it's something people can get into. It's not too difficult. Like Mervin said, just go pick one.
Pick one.
Stay tuned for part 2 of this interview. We'll be
just take a break. Coffee break or a water break.
We'll be having a much more detailed look into all of his collection. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.